Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see how to create an application using ServiceNow. In this video we are going to build an end-to-end application in ServiceNow, and we are going to create a collection tracker application. By using this application we can track any type of collection that we want. We are going to create this application using App Engine Studio. So to access App Engine Studio, I am changing my user role to App Engine Studio Creator. So once the user role has been changed, I'm clicking on Start Building. So we can see Start Building here. So we can see App Engine Studio has been loaded, and this is the UI of App Engine Studio. This is the home page where we can see quick start like creating an app, adding a table, adding an experience and flow. In my apps, we can see the existing apps that we have created. As of now, we did not create any app, so it's not showing any. So templates are like predefined applications where we can use to build the application faster. And resources is like a knowledge page where you can get the data how to use an app engine studio or how to create an application from scratch, etc. So I'm going to home and I am clicking on create app. So this got loaded and it's asking me to create a name. So I am giving the name as collection tracker, and we can add applications use this application. Clicking on continue. So it's creating four default roles, admin and user. Continue. So I'm clicking on go to app dashboard. It's navigating to my app home, and we can see here data experience, logic and automation, security. These four are the main pillars to build an end-to-end application. Now I am going to create a table to store and manage my data. To create a table, I am clicking add button beside the data option. It is asking me how do you want to add data to your app. So I'm creating a blank table. And how do you want to create table? I'm going to create a new table. Click on create new table and continue. And I'm going to give table label as collection item. The table name will be populated automatically. Click on continue. And for admin, I'm going to give all the permissions. And for the user, I am disabling the delete permission and I'm clicking on continue. So this will be creating a table. It will take some time. So our table has created. Click on done. Now I am going to edit this table. To edit this table, I'm clicking on this three dotted icon, additional actions, and click on edit. So it's asking me to choose how to view data. So in more actions, I'm choosing fields. So here I'm going to add fields or columns to store my custom data. So I'm going to click on add new field, which is item. Column name will be populated automatically and the type would be string. And I'm choosing this as display value, and I'm adding one more field The label would be cost of the item. The name is populated automatically, and I'm going to give this data type as integer, and I'm adding one more field. Label would be value to store the value, and type would be integer again. I'm going to add one more field, which is date purchased, to store the purchased date, and the type would be date. And I'm going to add the one more field, last field, which is description. If the user want to describe the item, and the type would be string, and max length would be 4000. Now I am clicking on save. So we can see the columns or the fields which we want to create has been created. Now I'm clicking on this more actions. I'm clicking on spreadsheet, and I'm customizing here which columns that should be viewed on the list view. So I'm selecting item, next cost, value, date purchased, and description. I'm removing created, created by updated, updated by updates, apply. Now let us add some collection items data to this table. For that I'm clicking on this preview button, and I'm clicking on new here. Let us give the item name as Lego Parisian Restaurant. And the date purchase would be in a random date, and description modular Lego set. The cost is 199. I'm clicking on submit, and clicking on back, new, watch, date purchased, again some random date, description, Casio, vintage watch, cost should be 1500, submit, back, new, keyboard, date purchased, random date, description, this keyboard is a incised keyboard, cost should be 249, submit, back. So we can see our data has been added to the table. Next, we'll see how to create a logic and automation. So to create logic and automation, we'll click on add. So we are going to create a flow, and we are going to build it from scratch. So the name of the flow would be, we'll be using this flow to set the value to cost value if the value is not added. So I'm giving the name as set value to cost if blank. Description: if the value is blank, populate it with the cost value. Click on continue. This will be creating a flow. So once the flow is created, we are going to edit this flow. Click on edit this flow, and to run the flow we need to create a trigger first, and after creating the trigger we'll give the action. So trigger is used to define when the flow should be activated or when the flow should run. So it is loading. It got loaded. So first we are going to add trigger. So first we have to click on edit flow, then add a trigger. So we are going to select the trigger type as created or updated. Whenever any record has been created or updated in table, this trigger will be activated, and we are going to select as table as collection item or collection item table, and we are going to add a filter. We are going to select the value field. If the value field is empty, then only we are going to trigger this action, and it should be for each unique change. Done. So our trigger has been created. Now we'll create an action. Action. We are going to update record in this action. So update record, ServiceNow core, update record, and we are going to select the collection item record as the record. It is a individual record of collection item table, and we are going to add fields value with the collection item record cost value, and click on done. Once we have created the action, we should check the status. So the status of this flow is inactive. We are going to activate this flow by using activate button. Click on activate. So the flow has been activated successfully. Now let us test this flow, whether the flow is working properly or not. So let us go to home, selection tracker. Let us preview our table, collection table, preview. So I'm going to select this Lego Persian restaurant. To change the cost to 250, I'm not assigning the value, and I'm saving this record. So after saving, I'm going to reload the form. So we can see the value has been changed to cost value. Let us see another one. So in this watch, I'm going to change the cost value to 268, and I'm going to click on save, reload form. See, the value has been updated with cost value. So now I am assigning value to 1 and cost to 480. I'm clicking on save, and if I reload the form, the 480 is not reflected in the value because we have assigned the value to this before saving that. So this flow will be running only when the value is not assigned. We have successfully created the flow and we have tested that flow. Now let us go and create a workspace. So to create the workspace, we have to create the workspace using experience tab. So I am clicking on add in experience. So this is asking what type of experience. So I am clicking on workspace. So it is showing a brief introduction why workspace is used. Click on begin. So I am giving the name as collection tracker workspace. So I am giving description as a workspace to view and edit collection details. I'm giving the both admin and user roles to this workspace. I'm clicking on continue. So I'm giving my primary table as collection item. It is automatically taken. There is no any secondary table. I'm clicking on continue. So it is creating experience. It might take some few seconds of time. So the experience has been created. I'm clicking on done. Now I am going to modify this workspace as per my collection item app. So I'm clicking on preview here. So as we can see, the workspace automatically created some headings, some boxes and our table to this workspace. If you want to modify this workspace, we need to click on this edit dashboard, edit, and I'm going to change this happening now to collection numbers, collection numbers, and I'm going to remove this unassign the tasks, delete critical tasks, delete, and I'm going to change this my tasks to items. Next, I'm going to change this my work to collection items. Next, I'm clicking on save and I'm clicking on exit editing mode. Now let us create a list view and attach that to this items number so that when we click on this number that should redirect to list and there we should be able to add new data or modify the existing data. To do that, first I am going to this list. Click on this list. Here I am going to create a customized list layout. To do that, I am going to click on this list actions, edit columns, and I am removing all the pre-applied columns. I am adding item, cost, value, date purchased, and description, and OK. So as we can see, my customized list layout has been updated. Now I am copying the URL. To copy URL, click on this icon, URL copied to clipboard. Now go back to home, click on edit dashboard, select these items and select on chat interaction, paste that URL over here and give the page name of your wish and click on save and exit editing mode. So now I'm clicking on this three. So as we can see, this has been navigated to our list. So this is how we can create an end-to-end application using ServiceNow App Engine Studio.